Here we are with Broken Worlds, which we're using to run, of course, our Exalted game, Skeleton Keys. And this is episode 14, the last episode of the actual play. There is one more episode after this, listeners, and it will be just kind of the concluding thing from us. So, we are in May 2018. I'm Devin, the referee, and to my left, we have X playing Y.
Nicole playing Temperburrell.
Kevin is Poison Orchid.
Alright, team, what did we see last session?
We wound up in a small puzzle hallway that led to 4 different rooms that we had to connect to 4 different eye sockets. Or, we had to find 4 different eyes that went into 4 different eye sockets to unlock the next area.
You did. You found a puzzle room, and you solved the puzzle.
Mm-hmm.
Other things may have happened, but that was the more important part. You also threw people down a hole with a rope attached to them.
They volunteered. You know, by signing up for my gang, they volunteered.
By dying, they volunteered.
They didn't die. One of them did, but that was hardly...
They're ghosts.
Oh, yes.
They're ghosts. Okay. So, you have in front of you a door. You're in that corridor room made of marble, like the intersection. The cylindrical floor tile rose up to reveal a door frame. The door has no knob or anything. It's just a push-open door. And there it is. And there we are.
There we are.
We open the door.
You open the door. It goes to darkness from the side you're looking in.
Well, we're used to this at this point. I guess we'll just walk in.
Yep.
All right. Wait a minute. I have a better song. Let me pause. There we go. You guys fall. And then you eventually land in a pile of coins.
Oh.
A large pile of coins. They're partially slagged and melted together. They used to be made of iron and silver.
Not exactly the softest landing, but...
No, but there's like shifts and stuff.
Also, that's interesting because... Well, no, that makes sense. A lot of the people that were here probably guild factors, they use silver, so that makes sense.
There you go.
Sounds like we don't use coins like this. What are they doing?
Right. So, you are in a room that is lit by fire. Not open flame, though some of it's open flame, by the burning of things. This is a large vault. You know, there are columns everywhere that go high to the ceiling. There are braziers burning, filling the place with smoke. And there is melting metal everywhere. There are statues of, beautiful people, fascinating individuals doing interesting things. And there are cascades of molten silver and gold pouring out of their faces, pouring from the ceiling above like a waterfall, collecting in basins and just burning. The air itself catching fire. And that illuminates all of this. This place is covered in treasure.
I guess this is the sacrifice room.
Huh.
Don't know how they got the stuff down here, but...
By the barrel full.
All the statues' eyes are closed. There are plates made of jade. There are plates made of marble and stained glass lining the walls and ceilings. They all have eyes. Single individual eyes have been closed.
I am picking up a theme here for the rule. What do we know about the rule, actually? Was there any... Since, he was down here.
So little.
So little.
It's about rich people avoiding consequences, so it's probably eyes are closed because they're not seeing, people are turning a blind eye kind of thing.
Huh. A fair point.
As you guys are kind of walking through this large area, it's a large, vault, and there's steps leading down, and it leads down to more plateaued areas. It's almost like this is like a cave made out of polished stone. Yeah, there's just from the ceiling, from the ceiling you can't even see, just entire waterfalls of molten metal pouring down, splashing into cisterns and are going through runnels and stuff and spraying everywhere. There's wind from the different kind of heat differences and like kind of the backblasts going on. And every once in a while, you see like small like clouds or drifts of actual printed money.
Paper?
Yeah, like guild like currency vouchers.
Oh, the guild uses?
Even the realm uses it. The realm has cash.
Really? Huh.
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense.
Can't haul around jade all the time.
Peasants, it's illegal for peasants to use jade.
Oh,
I
right.
forgot about
They
that.
have to trade it for cash. That's literally what it's called. And there's just drifts of it, like kind of just blowing on the wind. As you walk by, there's a large bathtub made of actual like pearl, like a giant like Western pearl that's been carved out and made to crystal. Mm-hmm. And there are statues of like servants with their eyes stitched together and their hands bound, holding it up, and it's overflowing like its sink's been plugged with gold.
I'm just gonna hold out in my hands and kind of catch paper money in my hands. Flip through it.
Yeah, stuff is worthless.
Hmm.
The Empress makes her children, like the dragon-blooded houses, exchange their actual jade for paper money to be used to buy like goods and services like food and like paying wages and stuff. They're not allowed to use jade for it.
Wait, her children aren't?
Yeah, like realm dynasts, what they have to do is they have to pay for those services to peasants in script. And the exchange rate from jade to script is not generous. And the exchange rate from script to jade is 10 times worse. It's a one-way street.
What the fuck, Mom?
It goes into her bank. It keeps her rich. So no one can get enough money to money her. Economics, baby.
Your queen mother certainly is something, isn't she?
It's a way to keep the realm going.
What are the dates on? Like, are these dated or?
Yeah, they're dated by ages and stuff, and a lot of it's old, some of it's newer. There's a variety.
I'm sure to figure if there's anything, like any date that goes past when the rule would have been shut down.
Oh yeah, definitely, because that's how cash works. You could have like afterwards, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. Most definitely.
That's a little strange. Do you think people come here and still sacrifice money?
Yeah, it happens all the time.
Huh. Oh yeah, I guess rule cultists would still exist.
They just, presumably are getting as much as they wanted from it.
I wonder if they can simply make a sacrifice anywhere and it shows up here.
There's a lot of examples of people coming into here and throwing all their stuff into the money pit. Like, not this pit, there's pits up in the campus. Where they just burn their money or throw it in.
And it would appear here because that's how worship works.
Yeah.
It'll take quite a bit to cart this all out of here, won't it? Which we will do, of course. I think there's enough here to possibly save the consulate. And then some.
Yeah. There are weapons on racks, but they've been bejeweled. There's clothing, and it's spun from like silks and fine art, or like fine like materials. There's art. There's furniture. As you're walking by, you see an entire pagoda, like an actual like outdoor. You hang out in here and pray pagoda, crashed on its like side basically, with like coins spilling out of it and a half-buried jade lion.
Jesus.
Huh.
We're all going to be rich, aren't we?
I suppose. Presumably there's...
And there's like embers and stuff burning in front of you, and that smoke still. This place is on fire because of all the stuff going on.
We're not in the central room yet, though.
As you keep, I'm presuming you're moving down as you're going, it essentially, you can see in the distance a lot of light around a central room area.
Orchid just kind of reaches up onto the higher shelves and areas and kind of peels money off and throws it back to his gang.
They're
just showering them with whatever he finds.
Oh, yeah, they're swimming in money. They're having a great time.
Yeah, I guess we'll just keep going towards the central area. If there is one.
One of your goons, who's they're having money fights with each other. They're picking up handfuls of money, throwing it at each other. He falls flat first on his face and is dragged into a coin pile, screaming.
Shit.
Everyone should form up. There's money monsters in here.
Blow the coins away from there, if you would, please.
Alright, you blow the coins away. There he is. He's being dragged into the pile.
Can I grab him?
Alright, you can grab him and start pulling him out.
Is it only half of him?
No, it's...
Okay.
I'm going to attack what's holding him.
What is holding him are segmented links of jade and silver coins coiled around like a serpent's tendril around his midsection, pulling him in.
Going to destroy those.
Sure, go for it. If you're trying to pull him out, might. If you're trying to pull him out, do might. All might.
What's I'm assuming it's plus body?
Might is, yeah, I think it's plus body.
Got over 10.
And you were... just
Attacking the
attacking?
links.
Yeah, alright. Reach out through violence. Well, what did you get?
I got a 7.
Oh, that's fine.
It's a success.
Alright, you're able to pull...
I actually forgot that I have plus 3 to body, so I'm actually pretty strong.
You're pretty swole.
Yeah.
Alright, you're able to pull him and the creature out. It is a large boa constrictor made of coins. And when you attack it, it kind of dislodges from the pile. So he's still caught, but he's not being dragged under to be, crushed and eaten. When you move more of the coins away, there's more, like, skeletons underneath. Like, just crushed skeletons. Its fangs are made of, like, sharpened jade talons. Its eyes are rubies, and the inside of it drips with, like, molten metal. And it's made of, like, coins that are assembled together.
Alright, money golem. Is all the ground covered in money?
Yeah, there's money. There's coins everywhere.
All under our feet.
Yeah, like sand. Like sand in an Egyptian tomb.
We should get a large thing. Like, if there's a talented G in here, that's great, but preferably something lighter than that. And everyone should set on that instead of on the coins. Because the coins are things that people can drag you under with.
The pagoda.
Yes.
Climb on top of that and get your bows out.
Yeah, the guys start going there and they hear a roaring sound. Like, not a roaring sound, but a growling sound.
Is it alive?
No.
The lion.
No, not the lion.
Okay.
On top of the pagoda, with honed sharp claws and growling fangs, is a tiger made out of paper money.
A paper tiger. Set fire to it.
Yes, paper tiger is a reference. Look up the term. It's like a term.
No, wait, don't set fire to it. It's made of money.
That's amazing.
But she does say, he's just like, no, wait, don't set fire to it. We need that.
Do you have to have it?
We have to have money.
So yes, threats are starting to emerge from the lair.
Oh.
You looked up paper tiger.
Yeah.
There you go. So, what do you all do? Your men are cornered on all sides by monsters.
Likely your wind abilities would serve well against a paper being, yes?
Yes.
I will take on the snake.
Okay.
Alright, what do you guys do?
I'm going to just... How far away is the tiger? He's on the pagoda?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna, like, wind blast him. Just straight up.
Go for it.
See how that works. 6, 7, 8, 9. So yes, 9.
Sure. The tiger leaps down onto one of the guys and starts climbing with its back legs like cats do, and you're able to wind blast the tiger off, and it kind of just bursts apart into cash.
Okay.
That guy's been gored on the ground. He's holding his stomach in.
Oh no, I was gonna roll for the forceful, but is it like...
It's gone.
Okay.
Forceful is what did it.
Use might, plaster his
apart.
wounds down.
Did you yell that? Because one of the guys starts grabbing fistfuls of cash and like plastering.
You gotta plug up the you gotta plug up the cut
Plug it with money.
with trash. It's basically trash.
So one guy's holding him in and like giving you the thumbs up.
Okay.
A few more paper tigers are showing up behind you.
You got very attack though.
I was gonna say, but there's guys all
Meanwhile,
around.
you with the serpent. So is that guy too. It's crushing him.
All right.
What did you get?
What's that?
Oh, did you? Oh, sorry, you haven't rolled yet.
Oh yeah, I did attack it.
Just now?
Oh no, earlier that was
Yeah,
my
earlier.
attack.
Yeah, you have heard it earlier. Yes.
Yeah.
So what are you doing now?
Alright, I'm going to run up with my jug and just smack it atop the head to try to shatter it.
Alright, go for it.
Yeah, while also having my men
Yeah.
deal from
Shooting
a
at it and
distance.
stuff. Throwing rocks at it.
4, 8, 11.
Oh, yeah. Alright, you're able to dismember it and save your guy.
Perfect.
He, scrambles away from the money and stuff, pockets some of it, and, gets back in with the group.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll have them take shelter under the gazebo or pagoda and start using their arrows to deal with everything.
Sure, as you're doing that, one of the statues that was holding up an anvil, like it's an anvil that money was being forged on or smelted on, starts to kind of look with its closed eyes down to where they are, and starts to kind of lean back with the anvil it's holding to heave it down. What are you doing, Nicole? Paper tigers.
I am going to try to get them away from the other guys. I'm going to try to lure them a bit away, and then I'm going to attack. Area attack.
Alright, you run around the tigers and look to line them up so they'll do the least amount of damage.
Yeah.
Go for it.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
9. Alright. You're able to disperse them, just blow them apart with your area and your forcefulness, but you take 2 wounds.
Oh no.
As you get knocked 1 and 2, the third one jumps on you and starts to try to gore you in the neck.
How many ones did you say?
2.
Oh no. Okay.
Or 2 harm that you take away from your stamina.
Yeah.
Kevin, that statue. It's looking like it's going to crush your guys.
Alright, Orchid pulls his cloak over himself and kind of disappears into a whirling... basically his cloak goes flying towards it.
Yeah, like the Tatari in Melting Blood.
Yeah, like that. And I'm going to appear next to it, and when he reappears, he flourishes with his cloak to try and slice it in half.
Alright, go for it.
10, 11, 12, 13.
Nice! Alright, you're able to knock it back off its edge. It doesn't get to, when it throws an anvil down, it just kind of hits near the pagoda and sends, a money drift going down the stairs. Mm-hmm. Coins rolling and clattering, art being displaced.
Perfect.
How much damage do you do?
2.
Alright. Nicole, what do? You see this happening. That statue is, out of its face hole, its mouth and its nose and its ears, molten silver's pouring out. And it looks like it's going to pick up something heavy to huck again.
I'm going to... How big is it?
15 feet tall.
Oh, wow, okay. Yeah. I'm just gonna straight up, run up it and try to, you said molten stuff's coming out of it?
Yeah.
I don't want to touch the molten stuff.
Probably not.
Yeah, no. Hey, if I wind blast it, though, it might, solidify the stuff, and I might fuck with it.
Sure.
So I'm going to attack and also do that.
Sure, you're going to try and cool it down.
Yeah.
Go for it. Oh, no.
3, 4, 5, 6.
Alright, you run up it, and it grabs you and hurls you into the pagoda with the guys. Kevin, 2 harms coming to your gang.
Okay. I am going to block that with my armor.
I guess suspended armor. Alright. So yeah, you crash into the gang and crumple under them, but you're not harmed. That gang sure is.
Yeah, his the roots from under his cloak kind of bury under the gold and appear as a kind of basket in front of them, so it catches you.
Perfect. Kevin, what do? That statue's getting ready to come at your guys. They're under your supervision.
Yeah. It's on a pile of gold, right?
Yeah, everything's on gold here. It's walking along.
Alright, I'm going to slide down and use my cloak to try to topple that gold hill over so it loses its balance and falls.
Sure, go for it.
Okay, what would this be as a roll?
Are you trying to topple it?
Yeah.
Toppling it. Oh, I know exactly what that is. That's a, let me pause. Where you come back, Kevin has decided to reach heaven through violence to try and just destroy it with the fall.
Yeah, cut its legs off.
There you go.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
And how much damage is that?
2.
Yeah, you're able to sweep its feet, it falls, and it breaks itself on the sliding pile of gold and shatters. Gold and silver pour out of it in a oozy, melting pile.
Excellent.
Nothing else seems to be approaching you guys.
All right, I'm going to use my robes to slice into further bits, just in case.
Good plan. Good plan.
Okay.
All right. Is the pagoda one of those ones where people can carry it?
Yes. Or no, that's a palanquin. This is like a thing you put on your property just to, sit in or pray.
Gazebo.
Yeah, it's like a gazebo.
How big is it?
You have to hold 3 or 4 people, and it's made of like solid metals and stuff.
Not big enough then. Okay.
What is your plan, gang?
Do we know where we have to go now?
There's a pretty clear way. The room is set up to lead you into where the most important is.
All right, let's keep going then.
All right. So, you guys continue forward, continue down. You see in the distance some more of those creatures every once in a while popping up, but none of them are approaching you. And eventually, the kind of steps leading down lead to a kind of dock or like a pier. And the pier drops down to nothing. And kind of just offset from the pier, chains are coming from the walls, heading down and holding on to a large swinging platform at the bottom. Or like, not at the bottom, but like below, like suspended. And let's see. So suspended on that platform is a large Greek-style temple, like roof, 4 columns. The columns are carved to look like people covering their eyes and like fleeing from the temple itself. There is a large crater in the middle of the temple that looks like it was carved in, and there's a falling star, and it's still burning.
Hold down.
On top of it, bathing like some sort of obscene lizard, is a large draconic entity. It's made out of pouring, flowing wine. It has molten silver for scales, and it's held together it's almost like a scarecrow. And its bones are made up of what looks like wealthy people and rich people and kings and princes and queens, all holding each other and like fused together with like twine and thread made out of like smelted gold. Its skeleton is made out of the rich. It does not look like an Asian serpentine dragon. It looks like a Western dragon.
Huh.
I'll let you in on a secret. Its name is Moor.
I see.
Yeah, it's bathing on this large comet made of wine, silver, and rich people.
I like it. How do we get down there? Is there an obvious way, or...?
You can climb the giant cables.
Yeah, it seems like the simplest way.
Probably going to have to fight it.
You think? It is a god, most likely. That is the rule, do you think?
Probably, or just the final guardian.
You guys can tell kind of from the way the room is set up and the spirituality of it that is the man's core down there.
Like the guy is?
No, like the
Okay,
temple
yeah,
is.
that's what I thought.
We may be able to converse with it, at the very least.
Alright, we can try.
Alright, yeah, we're gonna climb the chains over there.
Alright, you climb the chains down and you're on the temple grounds. So it's in the center and it takes up a lot of space, and there's probably, 30 meters around it that isn't the dragon that you can kind of walk on. That's the rest of the temple. The rest is just goes down to nowhere. It's lounging and basking.
Shall we approach it?
Yes. You should do the talking. You're better at that than I am.
Oh, thank you. I shall try then. Yeah, we'll walk up to it.
Okay, it doesn't notice you.
It's just too self-involved, I guess.
It's resting. It's sleeping like a lizard would.
Just push it off the edge.
Right?
I'll clear my throat.
Doesn't respond.
Let's activate the meds while he's not paying attention.
Not how it works.
I'm not gonna touch it, because that would be... Is there like a gong or a bell?
Yeah, there's art around if you want to make a lot of noise.
Yeah. Without breaking it, because this stuff is ours now. So yeah, a decorative bell or something, I'll just hit that.
Yeah, there's a bell, like from a church.
Mhm.
It starts shifting. Those scales lift up and down, almost like they're like, you know, still wet. Like not wet, but like still unformed. And its head kind of like slowly moves and opens up to like see you. It doesn't have eyes, but it opens its mouth. Its mouth is full of rending fangs and teeth, but the teeth are odd. Some of them are made of swords, some of them are made of jagged gems, some of them are made of skulls, like skulls that have been like anointed and like, you know, have like inscriptions and like, you know, been properly buried as if they were wealthy. Some of his teeth are made out of teeth that have been capped with gold and silver, like they were pulled out of someone's corpse after they died.
Huh.
Some of them made of like elephant ivory and like tiger claws and stuff.
Okay.
So yeah, it's looking at you.
May I assume I'm speaking with the rule?
You may, but it would make you a fool.
Oh, so you are not he then.
I am more.
Then what?
Than everything.
Ah, yes, dragons, yes. You are the guardian of this manse.
No.
The owner?
Yes. Mine.
Let's see. Did you come here after the cult was called?
No.
Looking around at the skeletons, is one of them like more important, or like does there seem to be a
Just a
leader one?
myriad of people that are like stitched into him to make him a thing.
Can I use because they're dead and I'm a Lord of the Dead, can I kind of look into them and see what the fuck happened to them, or like what the purpose of this was?
It looks like he eats ghosts and incorporates them into his body for fun.
Ah, he's that kind of evil. And what is it you do here?
This is my place. Whatever I please.
Which does seem to involve a lot of sleeping, I assume, hoarding.
I'm an earner. I earn and I rest because I deserve it.
What have you done to earn all this, then?
I've been powerful.
I see.
I've had wealth, so I've earned more.
I see.
Can I try to figure out what kind of thing this is? Like, it's not just a dragon. What is this?
Mind. What are you gonna rack your brain with? What are you gonna use to figure this out?
I'm very well
from your
educated, and I'm also pretty well traveled.
Also, he's a dragon.
mind?
He is also a dragon at that.
Sure.
What's my mind score? So I got an 8.
This is a demon.
A demon. What kind of demon?
You don't know. This is a demon.
Huh.
It's a thing from Malpheus.
Well then, I guess
Sign language it?
right? Like
What
what?
would be like Exnay on the Eamon Day?
And demons don't need to be summoned, they can just appear, right?
They totally can.
Hmm.
He's probably not a demon of the first circle. probably not like a blood ape or an eoma.
Second circle.
Maybe.
What's your name? You said sorry. He said that already. I forgot he said his name was Moore. That's a stupid name. It's not a stupid name. It's actually a pretty great name for a money guy. But
I just imagine Peter's money cat.
I mean, we have no real reason to negotiate with this guy. He's just kind of a thing guarding the manse we want.
He's not even guarding it. He's just like claiming squatters' rights. It's like, fuck you. You're a demon. You do what we want.
How long have you been here?
Long enough.
My, you do like those simplistic answers. Well, one moment. I need to confer with my friend here. Shall we just...
I mean, there's no reason not to.
It's not a god. Doesn't
No,
feel
it's a
good.
demon.
I kind of assumed it was the rule. I suppose not. Simply something that came in here after.
Yes, it seems like it's just squatting.
There's no worse offense.
You're squatting in your house and everything. You know what I mean?
Is there something we can collapse on this guy or something? We don't want to damage the map.
I actually set this up to be a thing we can collapse on, like the temple, and there's like things, and you can get them into the combat area. There's all those statues and stuff. This is supposed to be a dynamic fight arena.
Yeah. We don't want to damage the actual mats, though, because that would be...
Eh.
Is there a way we could cause it to erupt on him? Without destroying it? Like, causing it to activate and
If you went and
flow?
started doing clever stuff, but like that would be part of the combat. That'll definitely start.
What
This
if
whole arena's built to be a playground for
Yeah. Before we attack him, or start shit with him, I'd like to figure out how the mats flows and what's connected to it. And
this temple, the meteor, there's various little pagodas and shrines all around here that are like built to harness the geomancy of the place. There's vents and stuff. It's like that stupid scene in the Third Hobbit where there's the whole goldsmithing RPG action adventure scene.
where the dwarves are totally immune to heat.
It's just this whole thing.
Yeah.
That's what this whole treasure vault is.
I suppose if we get in front of the vents, we could hurt him.
Yeah, probably.
We should strategize. Where can we lead him?
You
Definitely
just
wanna-
huddled up in front of
Definitely
him.
want to
Yes.
get up there.
Kind of have my gang members in front of me just kind of murmuring, making
Peace and
small
carrots,
talk.
peace and carrots.
Yeah.
There's that giant monster you collapsed. If he's still filled with liquid goo, melted, it's filled with liquid stuff. We can always pour that down on this guy.
There were also vents everywhere pouring that. If we could get him under one of those. Just kind of glance over my men at the dragon. Back down.
Yeah, if we just we want to get your men up there first, presumably, because if they're down here when everything happened,
We also have all these chains everywhere.
they're holding it up.
There's other ones though, aren't there? Like other chains hanging, or is it just the four?
There's
hanging?
chains everywhere.
Yeah.
There's everything everywhere. It's a very open-ended combat.
You could try to bind him down. Though if he has the breath associated with dragons, we might have an issue.
It's also very liquidy.
What if I tried to resurrect the dead holding him together?
Do it.
They might slow him down long enough for us to strategize elsewhere.
Yeah. Even if you can't resurrect it, you can control them. So yeah, try.
Alright, let's get my men up there first.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll just if he's not gonna start attacking us right away, I want to get my men back up onto the other shelf.
Okay.
All right. I want to resurrect the dead covering this guy's body.
All right. Let's pause. All right. We're back. What are you guys doing? As your men are like quickly fleeing the scene with grappling hooks and stuff just to crawl away.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to resurrect the corpses.
Using your occult powers.
Yes.
All right. So that sounds like you're doing acuity with a power die. Go for it. As your animal bonfire burns.
Yeah. He reaches into his jug, or he takes a bunch of those seeds and pulls them out of his under his robes and drops into the jug. And when he pulls them out, they're pulsing with, you know, eldritch energy.
Gotcha.
And acuity is with mind, so that's 11. So yeah, he throws them so that they latch onto the various skeletons holding this guy together.
All right. So with an 11, you get a bunch of bonuses for that acuity, and you start, like some of the corpses start moving and writhing in him, and he is like, oh, it's happening. This is it. Let me see that. Acuity. So you have 3 hold, and you can spend them as you want.
Mm-hmm.
All right. He starts getting up and freaking out, and he starts roaring, and lava vents in the dungeon or in the treasure room start to burst, and like molten gold starts to come out of like flutes and holes in him. Yeah, he sounds pissed off as he's kind of being, jerked and scratched at from the inside. What do you do, Nicole?
He's still down on the first platform, though, right?
Yeah, he's still down there with you.
I'm going to run up the chain because I don't want to be down here and we want him to come up here. So I'm going. You can go up the chain easily as well, right?
Oh, yes.
Okay, I'm like, am I abandoning you here? Is this gonna... Okay.
Oh, no, that's fine.
So I'm going to run up that chain and I'm going to try to topple that jade tiger onto his head. Because jade is very fucking heavy. So yeah, I try to really blast that on him.
Alright, it sounds like reach out through violence.
More than 10.
Okay, what kind of tags does your attack have?
My attack, rather, disarms. I don't know if he can be disarmed.
Okay.
He's reeling, and also area if I want it to be, but he's one creature, so yeah.
Is that it?
Yes,
How much damage you get?
I do 2 damage. It's also forceful, so it does knock him flying. Can I make it knock so he's up on here? How would that happen? I don't know how that would happen logically.
Might not work out. Alright, yeah, you smash into him. You smash that jade line into him, and he starts bellowing. He sounds pissed off. He starts getting up and starts to, like, fly. Kevin.
Alright.
All your men have their weapons drawn and are like getting their bows and arrows and shit ready.
Alright, Orchid reaches into that jug again and pulls out a bigger seed, and this one he rams into his chest and starts to turn into that giant monster form of his.
Cleric beast?
Cleric beast. And from there, he grasps one of those hanging chains with his claws and tries to rip it down from the ceiling so that he can use it like a whip and try to lash it onto the dragon using the skeletons to, like, tie it into place.
Hold on to him?
Yeah.
Alright, go for it. Reach out through violence.
9.
9?
Yeah.
Oh boy. Alright, how much damage is that? And what are its tags?
It's 3 damage, and its tags are... He's reeling, right?
Yes, I was gonna mention that. Yeah, he's still reeling.
So he gets a +1 from that as well, so
4 damage.
4.
Okay, you will spend armor.
Okay. And the tags, none, because it's my silk, steel, whatever.
Yeah. Armor reduces by 3, right?
I don't know, I think
It's by 3.
yeah.
I don't have armor, so.
Oh, cool. Alright, you lash into it with that chain and it bites into his like scales and pulls him around a bit. Oh, he'll do that. He responds by his mouth opens and like gets kind of veiny and hardens, and he fires out a lozenge of molten jade at you.
Okay.
The jade hits nearby and detonates against you and your gang.
Okay.
He used a counter move. You are crippled. Which is to say he's taken out your legs, and a lot of your gang members' legs from the shrapnel.
Okay. Does it do damage? Or?
Oh, yes, it does 3.
Okay, I'm going to use one of my holds to reduce the damage by 1.
Smart. It's also brutal, so if you have armor, it'll do 1 over on top of the armor.
I don't have armor. I spent it already.
Okay.
Oh, wait. I have more acuity as well, actually.
Okay.
Could I have included armor piercing, or can we just do that next? Should we just do that next round?
Yeah, if you want to include armor piercing, go for it.
Yeah, and also increase a single source of damage against your target by 1.
So instead of the
5.
1 he took, he'll take 4 more.
It was already doing 4.
Yeah, he already took 1.
Yeah.
Because of the armor. So I'm adding 4 more damage to him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Should it be 3 more damage? Unless you're adding another damage.
Yeah, he's
Sorry.
adding 1 with
It would have been 5 in total.
Okay, yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm adding 4 more on. Oh my god, this fight might be over way quicker than I thought.
You can dish out large amounts of damage.
Yeah, acuity.
Also, his attack is forceful, so it sends you all scattered.
Okay.
But you guys can't move anymore. No more move actions for you.
Okay, that's fine. I've got this chain around him. He ain't going anywhere either.
I guess he's dragging you.
Yeah.
Like with your broken little legs. So he's gonna start flying.
They're covered in molten jade.
Yeah. What do you do, Nicole?
So he's flying?
Yeah, and he's dragging him along on a chain with his broken, twisted legs.
God, none of us has healing magic.
Medicine.
Can I use an air blast to... Because molten stuff becomes solid. It's cool. Can I go, like, and, like, solidify some of it so it shoots at him? Like, a funnel now, it's funneling at him?
You're trying to spray, like, molten gold at
Oh,
him?
you're right there!
I'm holding onto a chain. I'm pretty far away, actually.
Okay, yeah, he should be fine. Yeah. Because he's, like, all made of wine and shit. If that, like, gets hot, it'll, like, evaporate. I'm assuming it'll fuck him up.
Alright, go for it.
I'm assuming just reach out and...
Yeah, you're just trying to kill him.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
4, 5, 6, 7. So it succeeds.
Yeah, it does.
Does 2 damage.
Is it armor piercing?
One moment. I don't remember if my stuff is armor piercing. I don't think it is.
Alright, he will spend unarmor.
Yeah, no, it's not armor piercing. But let me look up forceful again.
Sure. You want me to pause?
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, I was rolling for forceful, but he does not get reeling, so it just does the 2 damage.
Okay. So yeah, you tear into more of his scales and whatnot. And that was a 7 you got, right?
Yeah.
Okay. He responds by flying up with you dragging behind him, and he does a quick turn, and with Orchard Coin on, he swings Orchid like a wrecking ball into you.
And I'm a giant monster right now.
Yeah, he's a giant cleric beast monster. He goes in for what's called a shock attack, which you take 3. And you are stunned until someone spends their turn on stunning you.
Okay.
So he knocks into you and sends you flying.
I'm at 1 hit point.
Oh no. Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's the reason these battles are over so quickly, is because everyone has low hit points.
You need armor.
Yeah.
That would only stop 1 hit, so...
You have stamina, it's fine.
I mean, it's not.
You burned through that.
Yeah.
I did, so
But
you're
one-
still alive. Plus, it's really hard to die. There's like 3 rolls involved and you can still fight. Unless you fuck up. It's fine. Kevin, what do? You just used to maul your friend. I was gonna say assistant.
But yours a sister.
Alright, he's going to use one of his hands to grab onto one of those chains as he's flying about, and he's going to try to use the other to swing him into one of those molten lava flows.
Like, are you grabbing a chain and you're like
Yeah.
Like trying to suplex him like Captain America in the helicopter?
Yeah. Yeah, more vines erupt from under his cloak and climb up the chain to reinforce it.
Go for it. Three.
7.
7. What kind of damage?
3.
And you still have AP? Like, do you still have a QD to spend?
No.
Alright, he will spend armor, because he only has 3 wounds left. Okay, so yeah, you grab and drag him into one of those, like, statues holding a vase, pouring out molten metal, and spray him down. He starts screaming, and, like, lands on the ground near your gang, shaking that stuff off.
What a dick.
Yeah, spraying them with it. Ah, fuck! Nicole?
I'm stunned.
Oh no, we gotta look up stun to see how we can get you unstunned.
You think there'd be a roll or something?
Yeah, let's look it up. There probably is. Oh no, someone else has to take an action to help them. Absolute bastard runs, who's been here the whole time and didn't just escape. And like, kind of like picks you up and just like punches you in the face a few times until you're,
Your chakras are realigned.
Until you snap out of it. Are you snapped out of it yet?
Yeah, I'm gonna throw him off me.
Alright. He scrambles back under some gold to hide. This is too hot. It's too much.
Just shoving money under his shirt. He's like, yes.
He's gonna call up his conch shell and fill it full of money. So you got an action.
How fucked up does this monster look?
It's getting there. It has 2 armor and 3 wounds left.
Armor piercing.
Yeah, if you can hit it with an armor piercing wound.
I don't have armor piercing.
Acuity. So next, you can give your next attack.
Or someone else's attack, I think. Cutie can be spent on a bunch of
yeah,
things.
give a single source of damage against your target. One
Yeah,
following.
yeah. Then Kevin can go in for the Kevin game. That's,
I'm flying around like I'm pulling a very angry kite.
a very angry kite.
Alright, yeah, I guess I'll roll Acuity. I don't really know what that means.
You roll mind, and you're basically trying to figure out stuff about it. How are you gonna... You're gonna find weaknesses in it. What kind of weaknesses are you looking for?
Weak points in its armor, I suppose?
Like bear points in its scales?
Yeah.
It's got a bunch of screaming skeletons on it. We're like trying to steer him around. Holding onto a giant chain.
Do well.
I did do
Power.
well.
Oh, okay.
I did more than 10.
You have 3 hold now that
Yay.
you can spend on probably Kevin's stuff or the monster stuff to reduce damage that it's going to be thrown out. Alright, Poison Orchard. The dragon has sprayed itself down as Vedic Burrell is calling out, "The armor! Look at his armored scales, they've all melted off!" And it looks down, and it looks at you, and it looks like you're playing stuff, and it just picks up a hunk of ingots and throws it at its collection of stained glass murals, so it's all shattered on the ground, and starts running towards it with you being dragged behind on the chain.
Oh god.
I was like, oh, is it trying to redeem its armor or something? I was like, oh, wait, no.
It's gonna drag you through a field of broken glass.
I'm not wearing shoes. He's like trying to dig his broken legs, and he's like, oh no, no.
They're like, the bones are like snapping and stuff. You're like, no.
Okay, he's gonna leap onto a jade ingot that he's going to like snowboard on through the gold as he's being dragged, and he's going to hit a hill to try and jump on and rip open enough of a hole in this dragon's back that the skeletons can start crawling in and start tearing him apart from the inside out.
Go for it. My alternative one, like that one's great. I love it. Don't change it. My alternative one, like you snowboard and try to get enough momentum going so you can spin around his neck a bunch with the chain and just saw his neck off.
Fuck.
How do I give him thing?
You have a cutie. You can spend it as the results of this roll come to play.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Oh, thank God he doesn't get a reaction. How much damage do you do?
1, 2, 3.
So that's exactly enough to kill it. All you have to do is spend one of your cutie to make his attack armor piercing.
Yes.
You do that, And you rip open its spinal column, and wine steam starts pouring out.
Oh no!
I'm so
Weinstein.
drunk.
I've never done this drug. Yeah, Harvey Weinstein starts pouring out. His hands all gropily.
Oh, God.
And
Run, Burrell.
run, Burrell! You'll never work in Hollywood again.
Right. That's right.
And it falls apart and dies, and doesn't drag you through a field full of broken glass.
Thank the gods. 'Cause
Didn't wear your shoes today. That sort of just, ends right on the music. As everyone kind of takes a breather.
Oh.
It's quiet as the dragon dies.
Is there wine inside this guy?
Oh yeah, everywhere. He's made of wine. He's like 50% wine.
Or a kid just kind of reaches one of those huge hands down and brings out a cup and just...
You got your jug.
Oh yeah, he just fills
There's
the
also
jug with
goblins
that.
everywhere.
Just takes a long, long drink. Come carry your boss. He's a little fucked.
No, they're all crippled. They all have wounds. They all have shrapnel in their legs.
That's fine, but so am I.
I'll start crawling towards you. Dead silent.
I am very hurt.
As am I. Let's recuperate at the manse.
How are you gonna get there?
And I can just throw him down.
I could throw you down. I'm a huge monster. I'm not sure.
I can just walk down.
Oh yeah, claim the manse.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
There's as you're walking, you notice that above, swinging from like a chandelier, is a bridge.
For what?
For the manse, for the thing to connect to the pier.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay. I guess I'll put that down for the less agility of us.
There you go. You walk to the manse as everyone starts crawling their way there, using like sticks and like rods and stuff to prop themselves up.
How do you claim a manse?
It's not really a rules thing, Nicole.
Okay.
You just meditate on the manse. It's fine. Yeah, you go and hang out by the burning meteorite. Everyone is like breathing and relaxing. People are smoking. This was a nightmare.
Okay. Let's Yeah.
It's all yours and the consulates.
Excellent. I was out of character. I was a little worried about that. I'm like, because we want it, but you might want it.
Oh no,
I hope
he doesn't.
Okay.
The consulate having this sort of power is really good for the city, so he's totally fine with that.
That's true. Also, they don't like central authority. So if you start taking all authority for yourself, the city might just hate
Yeah.
you. So
He doesn't want to be the leader. He just wants this place to bloom. So.
right, I will claim the manse.
As you're attuning to the geomancy of the area and aligning yourself with it, you notice something.
What?
All the statues, their eyes are open.
Oh no.
All the tiles, the eyes are open. The meteor,
The giant eyeball.
yeah, and it's open and it's staring at you guys.
Hey, Elephant, I found your eyeball.
Oh, wouldn't that be cute? There's a large pair of golden burning eyes in the sky above you.
Grab the eyelashes and just.
Try and close.
Try to close it.
I want to have another fight. I can't fight right now.
They'll start shooting little lasers at you. Pew. You're deflecting them. No. No.
Alright, is this gonna be a fight? It sounds like a fight.
I don't know, it looks creepy. There's two giant burning eyes in the sky looking at you.
Maybe it's just an effect of the manse. The manse that you should keep claiming.
Yeah.
very quickly.
There's no quick way to do that. You just meditate.
Meditate harder.
Meditate better. Oh my. But yeah, you have two eyes staring down at you.
What are they? Just glowing golden eyes?
Giant golden eyes, like those, like the very fabric of space. You know, is a face. It's just.
Just kind of gonna spread my cloak a little to like hide my men.
A lot of the gold and money and art and stuff starts kind of shifting out of the way, like the Red Sea parting, to reveal like a more smooth staircase path that's unfolding, and it looks like a carpet's kind of rolling down it. The carpet kind of ends right at the meteor. At the very end of it, a door ascends up. It kind of opens ajar slightly, and the eyes are staring at you, and they stare back at the door.
Like, is it telling us to leave?
Or is it like announcing the arrival of someone?
It looks like through its body language that they're expecting you to go through that fucking door.
I guess I'll do so if that's what sounds logical. Like, if it's being like, leave, bitch, then I'm not gonna do it. But if it's more like, this is how you do the thing you want, then I'm gonna do it.
It's neither of those. But it is the next part of the dungeon.
Start helping your boss up the stairs.
You guys walk up the gold and red carpet, carved from, or, spun from silk and gold thread. And there's a door that's slightly ajar. Enter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. You're in a field. It's a bright blue sky day. There is no sun, but it's a field that goes on forever, like a rolling hill. The door frame is just behind you. It's closed. There's a tree in the middle. It's like an oak tree. There is a set of eyes and like a distortion in the air, shaped kind of like a person, at the tree, staring at you.
Shall we?
I guess we shall.
Alright. Just gonna start dragging myself with one claw up there.
Leaving a bloody trail behind you. You arrive. The figure's there.
I just want to be like, get out of my mask.
Get out of my childhood.
Does it say anything, or
It's staring at you, two burning eyes. The distortion that it's kind of in front of looks like what a person would look like if they were run through like TV static or like bad 3D rendering on a broken game cartridge. Like it's constantly flickering polygons and stuff.
May we ask who we're speaking to?
You speak to the rule,
Ah,
the chronophage.
the god of time.
No. And yes.
Well, one of them.
I am a deva.
What does that mean then? Exalted?
It's a term you're not familiar with.
I am not familiar with the term.
I am from before the type. I am from before what you would know as the Malfians. I predate the war.
Hefty claim.
Such is my domain.
What are you doing here?
I was caught here when a piece of my soul broke off and fell into this shadow world.
Did we free it? Is it possible to free?
It doesn't quite work that way. But I thought it was an excellent way to reintroduce myself to the conquered lands.
It's quite the lofty claim to say that you predate the Titans.
I do not predate the Titans. I predate the Malthians. The war.
What all existed before
You have no
the
fucking
Malthians?
idea.
That's such a weird claim.
Out of character, the Yozis weren't always called Yozis. They were called Titans, and their servants weren't called demons. They were called Devas, messengers. It's a very specific difference. For him, anyway.
Then you are the one who set up this religion here.
I sent one of my souls to do that.
For what purpose?
It amused me. I could.
And now what will you do?
That door is closed. I'll simply continue.
See, then you redact ownership of this manse.
I could do that. Or you could further our relationship. The previous tenants were not as useful as one might imagine. And I've recently lost a second circle Deva.
Oh, is that what that was?
They can't all be Octavian. He just, everyone's going to name drop Octavian.
What would we have to gain by furthering this relationship of ours?
I have dominion over time's arrow. For you in the conquered lands, it only flows forward. It only flows towards inevitability and to unrelenting, unforgiving conclusion, cause and effect. I could offer you something a little more robust.
Do tell.
It's not something we can hash out over a brief feeling meeting.
Thankfully, we do have a long time ahead of us then.
Do not disturb the Jotun piece that has crashed into the manse. We'll talk later.
What do you say?
So long as the furthering of this relationship wouldn't be in a subservient role.
I don't represent a conqueror. I represent a rebellion of sorts. The war still the war still rages, even if not all sides are aware of it.
Well, if we have much to gain from this, then I suppose we can leave the manse as is for now.
Out of character, you can totally claim it. You were doing that. He's just like, don't fucking move that meteor.
Oh,
Dickhead.
why would we do that? It's for
Exactly.
the manse.
Well, it's not.
Oh,
Crashed.
no, we have no reason to move it. So,
No.
yes, we will leave it as is for now.
And we'll talk later.
I'm certain
Well.
we will be around.
Later for you.
Alright.
Yeah. Very well.
He kind of gestures to the door that's open.
I guess we'll just leave.
Yeah.
As you're leaving and you're kind of looking around the horizon, you see other doors and other hymns and other yous entering and exiting and having meetings and leaving, but you're wearing different clothes and like you're in different states of like damage and health and with different people with you.
Huh.
Just out of sync.
Interesting.
They weren't there before you agreed to hang out with him.
Many possibilities.
You decide to make a deal with a third circle, demon, for all intents and purposes. Yeah, you guys claim the mats. There's a rich treasure in there. Not all of that treasure survives, just because the nature of the mats was sort of sacrificial. So a lot of it were grave good reflections of other things that kind of failed when you killed the demon guarding it. But there's still a hefty amount of treasure. The mats normalizes after you attune to it, so you're able to actually go through it and shit. It's not so trappy. But with this as a campus for the exchange consulate and with the resources inside, you're able to make a sizable change to the nature of Ten Gods Mountain and the political climate.
Excellent.
What were any of your, what were some short-term goals you had surrounding this? Like now this change is in place.
Basically, I just wanted my grandma to have a more stable thing going on. Want to give the exchange consulate power because that gives her power. And yeah, make this place better. And through this, I want to make it better.
Which you definitely can do.
Yeah.
And my goals were just to turn this afterlife into a heaven.
Yeah, this will go a long way in making it better. And you'll stop the usury people from defaulting. And by defaulting, I mean turning into nightmare specters. Well, you guys accomplished your goal and almost got absolutely waxed by it at the same time.
Yes.
But I think that's good. You guys had fun?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it was nice.
A nice end to the Ten Gods Mountain saga, to the Skeleton Keys. Alright, then I think here, listeners, we will end the session. We won't even do the move. We're beyond that now. So, I was Devin,
Nicole?
Kevin?
and this is sponsored by Nobody, and this is Skeleton Keys, signing off. Stay tuned next week, or next episode, depending on when you're listening to this, for our conclusion episode. Have a good one.